All right. Hey, everybody. It is time for the Kelly Williams Show, and we've got Blagggards.
Nice to see you all.
Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm so excited, guys. Stay tuned. We are going to be back in just a minute to find out all about these amazing, incredibly talented guys right here. See you in just a second. All right. Hey, everybody. It's Kelly Williams with the Kelly Williams Show, and we're live with the incredibly talented, widely popular Blagggards. Hey, everybody. Hey, guys.
Howdy.
So
Nice to see
excited.
you.
All
Lovely to
right.
be
So
on
we
the
want, first of all, everybody introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Let's start in the back here, the man on the drums.
Turbo, that's me. The only lie I'm going to tell is it's on my birth certificate. That's the only lie.
All right. Keep going with the keyboards and the big red horn. What's his name?
My name is Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Frank like Madonna, or is it Frank? Have you got a second name?
Frank Sartain.
Frank Sartain. Okay.
Big red horn on the keyboard.
Big red horn on the keyboard. And the man over here, over 20 years.
Yes, Chad Smalley on the bass.
And my
Nice.
name is Paddy Devlin. Nice to see you all.
All right. We're so excited to have you guys. Okay. First of all, where are all of you from originally?
Let's start in the back again. Where are you from?
I was born in California, and I grew up California and Arizona.
Nice.
Yep. I'm originally from Houston, but nowadays I live up in Conroe. So kind of
Awesome.
Some people say Conroe is like Houston. I'm not quite one of those people. I feel like Conroe is like its own world in a ways.
It's its own place.
Indeed.
That's debatable.
I grew up in Houston. I always say I'm from Houston because I spent most of my life here. But I get a lot of teasing for being born in New Jersey.
Can you edit that
Welcome.
out? It's a family show, right? You edit that out? Okay.
Yeah.
We like you anyway.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
Yes. And then I'm from Ireland originally, but I've spent more time now in America than I have in Ireland. So I'm a Texan now. So yeah.
You're in Dublin.
Yeah, Texas. But yeah, and also a big thanks to Steve-O Berube, who introduced us. And now Steve-O, around the same time I went to Ireland, he came from Houston and went to Dublin. So he went to my hometown, I came to his in Houston, and we've never met, but we've been in touch online for many, and he introduced us, and we're a little bit embarrassed because now we know how wonderful the Kelly Williams Show is. We won't miss an episode. But thank you, Steve-O.
Hey, thank you so much. Okay, so really quickly, I just want to tell y'all there's some people giving shout outs right now. Larry. Hey, Larry
Who's
Diamond.
Larry? He owes us money. Get his address.
Larry, hurry, give us your address real quick. These guys are amazing, Kelly. Hey, Patrick and everyone. Larry, thank you for watching. He's from Round Rock. Awesome. Kelly Navarro. Yay, we're excited.
Yes.
Okay.
One of our favorites.
Frank's wearing Uncle Patty's hat.
Yes, she doesn't miss a thing. Yeah, watch out when you're around Kelly Navarro.
Hi, Sharon.
And Lisa Raymond said, yay, Steve-O. That's right. Yay, Steve-O. That's right. Sharon Fugate said, cool. And we got Kathy Duncan saying, best guys ever. Y'all got a big fan club.
Let me tell you about Kathy real quick. Her son has played fiddle with us for about nearly 20 years, off and on. I mean, the guy's amazing, but he is not anything without Kathy Duncan. She's his mother, and she looks like she's like 10 years younger than he is, and she can also out-sing him, outplay him. She's amazing. So
Wow,
hi,
Kathy. Awesome. Yes. Awesome. I love it. And Lisa, Ramon, there you go. Sorry about that. Sorry to mispronounce your name. Okay, so I want to know, how do you all know each other? How did y'all meet?
Let me take
you're
that
all
one,
from
Kelly.
different places.
Yeah, all from different places, but way back in the day, like over 20 years ago now, I met Chad, and because it's a family show, I'm going to tell the truth. But I actually met him. I used to bartend a place called the Pig and Whistle 100 years ago, but Chad was actually a customer of mine back then. I'm not saying he drank a lot, but everybody knew him. Anyway, and then years later, I was playing music, and we were introduced by a mutual friend of ours, and it turned out that not only is he a great singer, a great guitar player, but he can also play the bass, and he can also, he's the one that set up all the computers today, and so we became fast friends, and then over 2 years ago, we were without a drummer, and a young fellow named Turbo shows up, and he's bright red everywhere. And he comes in, and I mean, you talk about an instant, lifer, an instant, lifelong bandmate. This fellow walked in there, just changed the landscape in the band. And then a little while after that, we've known Frank for years. He used to come out to the shows, but he was always too shy. He'd always be hiding in the ladies. No, let's just say in the. He was just, he's always hiding behind all the good-looking women, and then he had said, "Hey, by the way, I'll play." I said, "No, you don't." Yes, I do. Turns out he plays guitar, keyboard. Where's that big red horn? Can you show them the big red horn?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Red horn, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, look at that.
What is that? Frank, talk closer. I want to hear you.
Here's the big red horn, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's a family show, so if you want to blur that, you're more than welcome.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so did all of you always, start playing instruments when y'all were real young? Is that how y'all grew up? Did y'all just learn together? I mean, how did that all come about? Frank, how old were you when you started playing?
Yeah, I was like elementary school when I started playing musical instruments. So
wow.
To the very beginning, the first instrument I ever played was like a plastic flutophone in elementary school that played recorder for like a couple years, and then I started on cornet, which is like a smaller version of the trumpet.
Yeah.
And fast forward to middle school, started playing trumpet and been playing ever since then. And kind of throughout the years, I was playing a guitar and keyboard on the side as well. And then fast forward to more like my college years, I was playing that a lot. Those two instruments a lot more regularly, the keyboard and guitar. And yeah, the rest is history.
Awesome as heck. All
also,
right.
Appreciate it.
Also, he's got perfect pitch. He's a great singer, and
Nice.
he's one hell of a dancer. We put the poster up here just so we don't want people stampeding the studio. But he's a great dancer behind there.
I
He's
wanna
an
see the
Irish dancer, so
dances.
only his legs move. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, next, tell me how long you've been playing instruments.
Well, I picked up a guitar when I was around 16, and but I didn't really start bass until my 20s.
Wow.
But that was just kind of messing around at home, doing my own projects. It really wasn't until I started working with Patrick that I actually started doing it professionally. So
Wow.
about 21 years now.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So when I was in 5th grade is when I started. I wanted to play saxophone. Me and all my friends, we're all signing up for band saxophone. And my parents were like, you're not going to stay with that. We're not renting you a saxophone and paying all that money. So they went to the music store and got me a $2.50 pair of sticks and said, you're playing drums. And that's how it started. I started playing and I just stayed with it. And
that's an interesting story, because usually parents try to sway you away from the drums because they're so loud.
As soon as I got my first drum set at the house, I think they regretted that very
They're
instantly.
going, what did we do? I love that. That is hysterical. Okay, Patty, when did you start playing?
I've owned a guitar since I was 17, and it was actually in my 30s that I started playing. I said, wait a minute, I just have to learn a song all the way through. I could play Smoke on the Water, and I could probably get through, you know, a fourth chord if I put my mind to it. So anyway, I talked myself into a gig in the 90s, and started playing acoustic guitar and singing, and but I always knew that this is where it was going to end up. It was going to end up sounding like this, and it really, without also including Mr. Jeff Duncan, it always this is exactly what I wanted it to sound like. So
It's so good. And one thing that I want to add, well, really quickly, because Steve-O is on, he said, hola, kids, when are y'all touring Ireland? Steve-O, we're going to talk about that in just a little bit, so make sure you keep watching. Guys, was it, for everybody but Patty, was it hard to learn to play Irishy or an Irish sound or that music? Because it's different.
I think that's for the fiddle players. I think that they have the biggest challenge because there's this specific kind of technique that fiddle players tend to use on this stuff. But we've never really held anybody to the fire as far as technique. It's really it's about what the band is doing.
I
and
love
how good
that.
we sound together. You know.
yeah, and we've also, you can tell a lot of the covers that we do have changed a lot because we want to, especially when you're playing clubs versus festivals. When you play a club, you've got to keep people interested in it. So we do a lot of covers, but we also have a nice little spin on it. So even the Irish stuff, we've, you know, either, you know, we've countrified or we've popped or we've, you know, whatever we do, we just kind of mold it to where, you know, just so you keep the attention in the room and so on.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. The sound is phenomenal. I mean, y'all are so good. Okay, so Patrick, when did you know that you wanted to start a band and then you just started looking for people? When did you wake up and say that to yourself?
Well, growing up in Dublin, I always, you know, bands like Thin Lizzy and
Yeah.
Horselips, all these wonderful Irish bands that you go, man, I have to do that. So in the back of your head, that's what you always want to do. But then when I was over here, and especially Houston, I'd see some of these bands come in from out of town. There was a place called the Black Forest back in the day. Kelly, you're not old enough to remember that, but it was in
thank
Houston.
you.
You're welcome. And it was they would do these tremendous Irish festivals, and they'd bring these bands in from all over the place. And I remember a couple of bands came through, and we were all excited about these big bands coming in from these other countries. And they came in, and it was very underwhelming. Not all of them, but a lot of them were really. And I said, no. Somebody's got to do this with a little bit, you know, some teeth in it, you know, something you can get behind. So again, growing up as a rocker, you want to have that backbone and that backbeat, and it really takes a special amount of dedication. Chad had never heard much when we started. Turbo he'd actually been in a band up in Seattle, actually a couple of bands playing this kind of music. So when we met him, we thought he's telling a lot of lies. There's no way that he, but it turns out we ran the FBI checks on him. Everything checked out. And then Frank had never heard this stuff before, except when he heard us play. So Frank really had the hardest job coming in and you know, learning this stuff from literally. It felt like another planet. You know, when he's bringing this, we're bringing this music to him, and he's just going, what? And then Jeff Duncan, of course, the aforementioned fiddle player.
Yeah.
He's from Canada, which
Wow.
I've heard is A, not for sale, and B, it's they've got a lot of syrup up there. That's it. But Jeff also grew up on this stuff, so he was so well versed. And I'll tell you real quick. Chad and I were doing an acoustic duo in a place called Slancha, downtown Houston, Texas. And 501 Main's no longer there. It turned into a Molly's Pub, which was the best version of it. But anyway, it's gone.
Yeah.
But one day, and he comes in, this little unassuming person just comes in and goes, hey, would you? And that's not true. We actually talked to him online. And when he found out that we were not a dating service, he was very, very, very disappointed. He came in, and he brought his fiddle with us one time and just melted the walls. I mean, just destroyed the place with his fiddle. And we just had this horrified look on our faces like, does he know that we're not touring the world? I mean, he's just world class, and he's as don't print this, but he's as nice a guy as you're gonna meet. Don't tell him I said that. Yeah.
That is awesome. That's amazing. I can't wait to hear him with y'all. I'm excited.
He's phenomenal.
Okay, so Steve-O actually just asked my next question. First of all, what is a blackguard? And this is a family show. And whose idea was it to call the band that?
So, yes. So I'm going to give you the PG version. So the PG version of Blackguard is probably like a ne'er-do-well. You know, like some kind of shadowy kind of, right? So we have a much, when you come to see us do the adult show, it's a much different explanation. So it's just kind of like a layabout, a slacker, a on and on and on. But growing up in Dublin, and I can't tell you how old I am because I just told the lads that I was 18. So, but back
I thought 19, so I was close.
You were a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good.
Yes. So growing up in Dublin, back in there was a place called, and all the Irish would know this, but there's a place called Moore Street, and it was essentially like your flea markets here. But it was just all these farmers and all these people selling. I mean, meat. You talk about you could buy meat in the street, but the fruits and vegetables, and it was just this huge ordeal of all these people selling this stuff. And you would see every once in a while one of the little vagrants, one of the little blackguards. He'd steal something, and the old lady would come out from behind the car. She'd go, "Get out, you little blackguard!" And we're scouring our minds for this, for this, and that came to me in a thing. It was, I heard it as clear as day. This little old lady screaming, "Yeah, blackguard!" And I was like, that's what it is. And also, Kelly, our hats off to you. Don't do it, Frank. But our hats off to you, because everybody, we being blackguards, we said, right, no the. It's just going to be blackguards. As you'll see on the drum head, it says
I
no
love
the.
it.
Yeah, so when we're on a stage and we're being introduced by the festival, and they go, and all the way from Houston, and 2 seconds ago we just said it's just blackguards. No, all the way from Houston, Texas, and you go, oh, we're just so close. So you have nailed it. So hats off to you, young lady. We expect nothing less on the Kelly Williams show. So.
Well, thank you, because I practiced.
He literally said when he called me the night that he thought up that name, he called me all excited. He says, "Get this, blackguards, no thee." That was part of the introduction. I was like, okay.
And that's hilarious. Yes. And I saw your drum. I thought, are you kidding? That's hysterical. That is hilarious. Okay, guys, if you are just watching the show, we are with Blackguards, and they are incredible. So much fun. We're going to be right back with more music, finding out all about these guys, finding out their tour. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in just a second.
Picture your ideal getaway. A place for fun and relaxation. That's South Shore Harbor Resort and Conference Center. Stylishly renovated in a modern aesthetic with room to accommodate any event or occasion. Whether you're traveling for business or just looking to take a break, get away to the bay. South Shore Harbor Resort and Conference Center. Book today at sshr.com.
We're back! Woohoo! We're with Blackguards. I'm so excited. This has been so fun already. Okay, so guys, they're going to play another song for us right now. So what are y'all going to play?
We're going to do, like we just talked about, we're going to do a song that you probably all know. And this is like what we say every day around here is Johnny Cash Day. So we're going to do a little song called Ring of Fire and show you this big red horn in action. All right? Oh, love is a burning thing, and it makes a little fiery ring. You're bound by a wild desire. Oh, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns The ring of fire, the ring of fire. Frankie! Oh, the taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. Yeah, I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the child was wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burned, burned, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire, let's go!
So good. Y'all are awesome. And I have to tell you, my mom is actually watching the show and she said, great group. Woo! She wants to go see y'all in person.
Oh, T-Bone Tom's this Thursday. Bring her down.
I know. I already told her and I said, you need to go to T-Bone Tom's this week, Mom. That would be so fun.
We have a shirt for you as well. We're going to bring one for your mother too. So.
All right. Well, and guess what? Y'all are all getting mugged on Thursday.
Getting mugged.
Yeah, you're getting mugged. Welcome to Texas.
Have you given the results to your coffee question?
No, but you did guess a good one.
Okay. I was going to say because
I can't tell who won yet. Huh?
Oh, yes. When is the answer revealed?
The answer is actually revealed tomorrow.
Okay, well, we're going to be tuning in for that. Go and answer her question on the Kelly Williams Show. You won't be sad.
That's right. You got to tune in and turn on your happy. Okay, so Mel Walker said, "So fun." Hey, Mel.
Hi, Mel. We know Mel.
Thanks for watching. All right. So I want to ask each of you, and I want you each to answer this. What do y'all think? You know, being in a band is a lot of work. Come on in. Whoever's there.
Paparazzi, we do.
All right, nice. You know, being in a band, if anybody has ever been in a band, even for a little while, it's a lot of work. But I want to ask each of you, what do y'all think has been the hardest thing about being in a band that has really seen a lot of success and really done so much like y'all have done?
That's a great question. It really is a great question. Just speaking from personal, the hardest part is we travel 12 months out of the year. You know, we go back and forth a lot, but we do a lot of silly, like 12-hour runs out to a different state and back. And so the hardest part is just kind of keeping the sanity after you go away for a little while, and then you come right back, and then you try to jump back into Chad and I. This is our full-time job, so we're at this 7 days a week. They have Turbo has his own company, and Frank works for himself, and Jeff works as well. But so my personal thing is the miles, but because I'm stubborn and caffeinated, I don't stop. So that's
That's true.
Can each of y'all answer that? I'd love to hear what y'all think the hardest thing is.
I think this is going to be probably in previous bands. I think this band gels pretty well, but I think some of it is the different personalities. You know, it's just when you get together in a small space and you're, happiness grows up, frustration, you kind of experience all of it. So just being able to kind of navigate it all together, I think, is probably the hardest part, or has been in previous bands. This one seems pretty easy for me. I mean, but they keep me locked up in the back, so that probably is why.
I think for me, it's just keeping up with everything that needs to be done. I mean, it's like anybody who runs a small business knows how much goes into it, and that's essentially what this is.
Yeah.
So it just never stops. So it's a labor of love. So I'm not complaining about that, but it is a lot of hard work that basically never lets up. So.
Yeah, I very much second what Chad says. Yeah, it's very much a lot of hard work, and then it's definitely a huge time commitment from from week to week, but definitely a lot of fun. And then the traveling aspect has its own challenges, but it is really cool to be able to travel around the state and check out these different venues, meet a bunch of new people, get to know all the different fans, and talk to them around when we're playing our sets and whatnot. And I definitely learned, especially for me personally, just the physical fitness aspect of being in a band like this is very important. While physical fitness has always been a very important part of my life, just being in this band has really inspired me to keep up with it big time, because we have a lot of very much heavy equipment that we're transporting like on stage and off of stage and et cetera, so forth. But it's all a lot of fun hard work for sure.
Yeah, all of your answers were so good because they're real answers. What, few people will ever, really find out about the behind the scenes of being in a band that has really great success like y'all are experiencing. And it's a big deal. It's a lot of hard work, and we really appreciate it because it shows. You're amazing. So
Thank you.
that's a big deal. What were each of you doing before y'all all got together as Blackguards?
Yeah, so before I joined this band, I was working at two part-time jobs at the time I auditioned for them. So I was a part-time music therapist, using music to help patients recover and become their best versions of themselves as possible. And then I was also teaching part-time music lessons to a lot of middle school, elementary school children, primarily beginner guitar and piano lessons. And both were very rewarding jobs for sure, and definitely thankful for those jobs. But just as much, I'm very much thankful to be a part of this band, and it's such a huge honor.
Yeah, Frank, that's so sweet.
He's fired.
Do I have to go after that?
Yeah.
It's like the speech at the wedding. You're like, uh-oh, I'm next. I've been in bands, pretty much my whole life. I moved out to Texas. I actually opened a company out here. So that was the only about 3-year period in which I wasn't active in bands. I kind of flew and filled in a few times, but not active like I am now. And my wife and I were always big fans of this band. And I told her, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do this audition. And she's like, wait, who? And I told her, and then she pulls out her old iPod and she plays it. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, go. It was like, I didn't have to sell it. She just goes like, why are you not heading there now? And so, I've been in it for about 2.5 years now, and it's been great.
Amazing. That's
I
very
didn't even know
cool.
he was married.
I've had a bunch of different day jobs over the years, but the one I had when I first met him and we took it full time, I was working for Baylor College of Medicine, actually, in Houston, in the neonatology section of pediatrics as an editor and web manager. So I had already had a lot of website design experience before that, but I've now carried that over to this band as well, all this technical stuff. So that's pretty much always what I did in my day jobs. Was I was the technical guy that people went to for answers.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. You people are incredible. You people.
Yeah.
Okay, so Patrick, what did you do before this?
I was, that's good. Well, I was bartending. I was bartending pretty much my whole.
Oh, that's
the whole
right.
time I was in. Yeah. So when I came to Houston, I was in. I'll give you a real quick rundown. I moved from Dublin to Boston because that was the shortest, right? The shortest flight.
Yeah.
And it was also, then you arrive in Boston, you're like, wait a minute, this is exactly like home with the worst winter. So out of there. So down to Florida, and I went down to Florida. Florida's a nice place. Family show. Hold your tongue.
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. Okay, Florida, and then great beaches. End of story. And then so I went back up to just pure bad luck. I went up to a place called Dallas, and then I found out some earth-shattering news there, and I said, all right, I'm going back to Florida. I go back to sit on the beach, and I was stopped in to see my sister, and I tell the story. I arrived in on the Wednesday. By the Monday, I had my own place, and I am in love. I'm in as much love as you can be with the city. I love the city of Houston. I don't care about the heat. Best people, best food. And we have to get the Kelly Williams show. I mean, how can you go wrong? So I'm a huge Houston fan, and I just Love it here. So
That is awesome. Y'all are really incredible. This is so interesting and fun getting to really get to know y'all. I love this. I love it. Okay, so who writes the songs? Is it a group thing?
That's a really good question. So we have our second album was called Blaggmatic, and it was done during the lockdown. So I pretty much wrote most of this stuff on that. The stuff that it's not the obvious covers, like we do a Tom Jones number on there. We do a what's the other cover?
There's 2 covers?
Was there 2 covers?
I don't know.
Anyway, I think we only did Tom Jones. Anyway, but then there was some old traditional stuff that we reworked. So really, it was. So I did that one. But now we're actually we're all going to be, which we've got a bunch of stuff that kind of put down as the framework, and then we're going to bring everybody. This is what we're going to do different on this record. Is we're going to bring everybody in and have everybody. This is again. You asked about you were speaking about the camaraderie, and you're speaking about the dynamic of working together. So what we're going to do is we have built up so much trust. When you travel so many miles and so many hours in a van together, you have this trust. So now that we've all kind of, everybody's passed the test, we're going to throw everybody into the room, put this stuff out there, and have it, kick it around basically until it takes shape. So
Wow, that's amazing, really. What a blessing that y'all are able to do that as a group.
Yes. Oh, couldn't agree with you more.
Incredible. Okay, so y'all are playing at T-Bone Tom's in Kemah, Texas, Thursday night.
Yes.
Woohoo! That's going to be awesome. How now, y'all? People can find your tour, your shows all on your website. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Blaggards.com.
Okay, blaggards.com. In fact, after the next commercial break, I'm going to put up the banner that tells them how to get to your website so that people can look. Okay, so how often do you, Patrick, do you go back to Dublin often, or is it as a band when y'all go on tour there?
So lately, this is going to be 2025 will be our 11th annual tour of Ireland. I go back every once in a while, but not, as well as the tour. But
yeah.
we typically go in October, and we do it with this year. We're doing 8 days, and we have it happens every year. We have a bunch of stuff that might take hold or might not. When you're dealing with Ireland from here, when you call from America to Ireland and you try to book a show, the conversation goes something like, hello, who's this? Yeah, right, great. Well, it sounds lovely, but can you call us back closer to the gig? And we go, okay. So then I go, how close? And they go, just closer. So you call up a week, or a month or whatever before, and they go, who is this? No, never heard of you. No, sorry, it's booked. And it's 11 years of pulling your hair out, but we do have a couple of things up our sleeve. Well, not my sleeve, but most of the sleeve. We have a couple of things up our sleeve that we're going to throw in this year, and we've already got our first bus sold out. We're contemplating a second one. We've had some calls on it. So in answer to your question, I do go back alone sometimes, but it's when we go back, I'll go back a few days early. My mother is still in Dublin. I have a brother and a sister still in Dublin. I have another sister in England, and then the rest of my brothers and sisters are over here. So there's 8 of us running around. So.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Kelly, if you would permit me, please, to say today is actually it's the release of our we do a weekly podcast as well. So slap it, which you're going to be on. We're going to have you on there, which is not a family show. So please don't let your kids on there. Please don't let your kids on. But let me say today, I would just love to say right here, right now, that my father, 89 years old today, not born today, but today he just went. He had a double bypass surgery today. He's got the worst heart. The most heart disease-ridden, awful thing. He went through a surgery today, and he came through flying colors. So today, I just found out as I was walking in the door. So my old man, more power to you, sir.
Awesome. Congratulations. Thank you, God. That's great news. Great news for your daddy. I love that. Thank you for sharing that with us. Love it.
Had to announce the show. Had to.
Huh?
I had to announce on your show. Yep.
I'm so happy. That makes me feel so happy. I love that. I love that. Okay, so tell us about when do you have your Ireland tour? That you said it's every October?
Yes. we always try to, but people don't know that Halloween originated in Ireland. So we try to be there for Halloween every year.
What?
And, yeah, it's tremendous. So it's the end of the season when we get to Ireland. It's always the end of their tourist season.
Yeah.
But Ireland is like New York, only cleaner and more room to wiggle. But it just you can't have a bad time and you can't go at the wrong time. We've 11 years. We've had every kind of weather, but we've never been rained out. We've always had tremendous weather. So this is October. It should be ice cold. It's not. It's always been beautiful. The nights are 50-ish degrees, and the days are 50-ish degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, it's or 60. But it's just beautiful. And we have photographs and videos and everything on our website. You can go check it out. But it is the trip of a lifetime. We've been doing this for 11 years, and we know what we're doing now. We're taking
amazing
Frank for the first time, and so it's gonna be great.
Frank!
And we're taking Jeff.
And Jeff, yeah.
All right, I'm excited. I said, I have always wanted, one of my dreams is to go do a Kelly Williams show live from Dublin.
That's what we need. One of those wonderful sponsors of yours need to put you with us. Let's go.
I know. I'm telling you, I'm going to look into that.
Let's do it.
I want to go so bad. That is a dream of mine.
Yeah, we got a spot for you. So
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Okay. If you are just tuning in, we are live with Blaggards. They are amazing. And we're going to hear more about their story and some more incredible music right after this commercial break.
Picture your ideal getaway. A place for fun and relaxation. That's South Shore Harbor Resort and Conference Center. Stylishly renovated in a modern aesthetic with room to accommodate any event or occasion. Whether you're traveling for business or just looking to take a break, get away to the bay. South Shore Harbor Resort and Conference Center. Book today at sSHR.com.
Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events wants you to come party with us. We're bringing the fun to the Houston Bay Area. Stay tuned for all of our incredible events throughout the year, featuring amazing food and drinks, live entertainment, special guests, and so much more. Fun, new, different. Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events is where you want to be. So come party with us. It's more than a yacht. It's serendipity.
All right, and we're back with Blaggards. Yeah, they're so good. They're so good. Okay, so y'all have your podcast, Slappercast, and it's supposed to be really fun and really amazing. What made y'all decide you wanted to start a podcast? Because that's just, more work on top of all your other work, but it is so much fun. So tell us, how did that come about?
Well, I'll let Chad tell you. I just know that I was not ever a fan of doing this. I never wanted to do it, but Chad, take it away.
I have to credit our former drummer Mike for first mentioning it to us, and I initially was like, "Why? What are we going to talk about?" So, but the more I thought about it, so this is probably a good idea, and we started it about 4 years ago now, 6 years ago.
Wow!
We're on episode 318.
Yeah. So it's been going on for a long time, and our fans just love it. And when we've ever hinted at, maybe we'll stop doing this, or maybe this episode will be out late, we get a lot of, no, you will not stray from the schedule. So we've just kept it going, and the show has kind of evolved over time to kind of accommodate whatever we're up to, essentially. So it's really kind of a getting to know us kind of show. Pretty much, we talk about almost everything that's on our minds by this point, I think.
Yeah, a lot of tour diary, with a lot of stuff from the road, and then a lot of stuff, and then we talk about the Ireland trip, and we'll show, clips from the tour and stuff like that. And it really it's been a wonderful connection to a lot of our, to a lot of the people that we know, and it's great too because the people across the water get to hear it. And my mother's an avid listener, and she calls me up and she goes, "You're wrong." I go, "Yeah, please just."
Oh, moms do that.
Yes, they do.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so I want to ask each of you really quickly, what do you think has been the best part of this journey for y'all with this band?
Just the extended family that this band is. I mean, this band really is my life. I don't. It's really because it consumes so much of your time. The fact that you get along with these guys, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get along great. No, seriously, it is essentially like a family, and yeah, that's the best part of it for me because I just love the camaraderie and the teamwork, and that's what it's all about.
That's great.
Yeah, I have to say, for me, my answer is pretty similar to what Chad just said. Yeah, the extended family is really great. I know for me, one thing that stands out is just all the kind words that we always get from the listeners after a show. It's just really very rewarding to know that people are appreciating our music, and especially people who we've never met before.
Yeah.
I have two things. I think one of them is like when we play live and the band just locks in those moments. You've got the crowd, you've got the atmosphere, you've got the song. I mean, it's like, to me, like a hole-in-one in golf.
Yeah.
It's like the search for that or to keep going for that, nothing feels better than that. Like when that moment happens, I'm like, I mean, I have to really pay attention because, you just melt into it, And then the other thing I think, too, is I'm a huge iron sharpens iron believer, and I feel that this band, I have best friends, and I think when you get around a group of people that have a common goal and care, you just lean in. You just lean into each other, and you help each other out as much as you can.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
I don't
it.
agree with anything any of them said, but that's typical. It really building on you have a second voice. You have this it's a language that doesn't have sound or sight or smell or nothing. It's just one of those things that so just FYI too, so we're going to be at T-Bone's this Thursday, T-Bone Tom's, then we're going to be in Katy on Saturday, we're going to be in, on Friday, and then Saturday we're going to be up in Louisville just by Dallas, and then we're going to be over in College Station for the all-day, all-night Paddy's Day extravaganza at O'Bannon's. It was just amazing, and that's what came to mind when you said that. But that's the Sunday, and then the Monday we're going to be back in Austin, or just at Round Rock at So we got all these shows. But when you talk about the language, when you talk about that unwritten, that unspoken, that other level of communication that we have on a stage, I always go to College Station on Paddy's Day. There's something that happens, and it doesn't matter how many hours, how many miles, how many shows, how many songs, it doesn't matter. When you hit that stage and you get around those people that we've played there for we've only missed one Paddy's Day in 16 years, 17 years.
What?
Yeah, at O'Bannon's. It's been
wow.
It's just they are as close to us as any club. But when you're on that stage and you're playing together and you're able to make those moves, and you could probably tell I got a little ADD, a little scattering, a lot of caffeine. So I'll change stuff as we're playing it, and you'll see me turn to them and whisper something, and the song changes on the spot.
Amazing.
Just because we have again, sometimes I can do it with an eyebrow, the James Bond eyebrow. You raise the eyebrow and they go, oh, he wants to change the key. Oh, double time. And it's just. It really is. It's a secret language, and we've been doing this. I don't know. I've just never felt more at home on a stage, with anybody than to have with this lad. So it's
I love this for y'all. I mean, because there's a lot of bands out there, and when they perform, people assume they're close, but they're not. Yeah. A lot of them don't have really great relationships outside of performing. It just becomes their job. And I think what y'all have is a huge, really blessing for all of you. And you're all very creative and talented people. And so that's just amazing. And it comes across in your music. Y'all are phenomenal.
Oh, you're sweet. That's really nice.
So really, really, it's incredible. Okay. Really quickly, teach me to say some word in Irish.
Right. Well, I'm going to start with the it's basically the aloha. It's You can be cheers, it can be hello, it can be whatever, but it's sláinte.
Sláinte?
Perfect. You see,
Woohoo!
you have to be called Kelly to get it first. So sláinte is basically, you'll hear them, saying cheers.
Yes.
And that's sláinte. So that's
Sláinte.
one, or you can, yeah. So
Nice.
To say hello is diagwich, and again, there's all these weird. Gaelic is one of the oldest languages. Latin is the oldest, but they still use, the Irish language. There's parts of Ireland that we actually tour through that only speak Irish. So
wow.
It's tremendous to go there and hear this language that is older than time, and to hear it. It's a really beautiful language. It really is, and we're
amazing.
very lucky.
Well, did y'all even notice I wore green for y'all?
We did indeed. Kelly Green.
Kelly Green.
Yes.
Okay, so really quickly, y'all are gonna take us out of the show with another song. And is this an original one?
This is not an original. Do we have an original one?
It doesn't matter.
With the family show, we're going to try to keep it.
That's perfect. All right, here we go, Blaggards, everybody.
All right, thanks for having us. Ba-da-la-lo. One day he tired of it all and he hung away his gun. And when he hung away his gun, he became the 101. He went into a phone box to make a local call. They shot him and the phone box smashed him right against the wall. Oh, the coppers of the north, they couldn't catch him. The British Army, they could not touch him. But when he hung away his gun, he became the 101. And that was the end of Paddy Public Enemy number one. And that was the end of Paddy Public Enemy number one. And that was the end of Paddy Public Enemy number one. And that was the end of Paddy Public Enemy number one.
So good. Y'all are so good. First of all, thank you, Steve Oberu, for introducing us and making this happen, because this has been so much fun. Y'all are incredible. Okay, Blaggards, how can people find your tour dates, your shows, and buy your merch?
Blaggards.com is the first place you want to go. We also, our shows, you can find us on Facebook and Bands in Town. If you listen to us on Spotify, our show dates are there as well.
Spotify, Pandora, but most of all, come to a show. Come to a show, because rock and roll needs you right around now. All these clubs are kind of teetering on the edge of the edge of the end. So rock and roll needs you. Come see a show. Support all these wonderful Houston musicians, and especially come see us, because you want to see the Big Red Horn in person.
So good. So good. So Mary Smith, great way to end the show. Love these guys. They're amazing people and an awesome band. You couldn't have said it better. I love it. I love it. Okay, guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me tonight, and your amazing music. So much fun to get to know each and every one of you. Y'all are incredible.
I can't wait to get mugged.
I know, you're getting mugged. You're getting mugged. Guys, thank you for watching The Kelly Weems Show, and you can watch anytime on the Your Home TV network and YouTube and Facebook and lots of places. So keep watching. Thank you so much. We hope you have an awesome and blessed rest of your day. Come see Blaggards. They're incredible. Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.